What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the aftermarket on a very special Thanksgiving episode. And I've got quite a few updates for you guys, but first I want to start with, since it's Thanksgiving, I just want to say thank you to the 200 odd subscribers that I have. You guys in the last 2 months have been incredibly engaging, asking a lot of good questions. Some of you guys have found me on Instagram, and we've been able to kind of help each other with some of the mods that we've done and improvements we've made to our car. And really the goal of this whole channel, the aftermarket and the website that I'm building, is to help other people get faster, build a better looking car, a more enjoyable car. And that's really what I'm seeing from you guys. So I really do appreciate that. I want to give a shout out to all of you for that before we start this video. So you might have noticed I've been a little quiet the last 2 weeks. A couple reasons for that. One, if you looked at my previous video about some of the intercooler mishaps I had, unfortunately that continued. So I did get a pretty large boost leak after actually going back in and adding more T-clamps, which I thought would help, but it ended up kind of just squeezing the pipe and creating bigger leaks overall. So I had to go back in, got a bigger pipe that really fits snug. It was a pain in the ass to get in, but once I got it back in, everything was good. So the good thing about some of that downtime I had with the car was that I ended up talking to LAP3, ended up getting their stage 2.5 tune, which is really made to be used with methanol and usually E30, E40 gas mixture as well. So I did get that tune in while I was kind of putting my car back together, getting it ready to go, getting the 19 size Continentals on, which are Continental Extreme Sports, and 285 size. So that worked out pretty well, and last night I was able to try out the LAP3 tune for the first time. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of a review, just driving it. I've driven it about 80 miles since I got it last night, doing a little Thanksgiving travels, and I've gotten a pretty good idea of what this tune offers compared to what I was on before, which was JB4, typically on map 7. And again, guys, I'm using charge pipe injection instead of methanol. You can totally do that with the LAP3 tune. You keep your JB4 piggyback and use that to manage the CPI, and so far they seem to be working flawlessly together. So anyway, first drive impressions. Well, one of the biggest reasons why I was drawn to this tune, shout out to Charlie, which some of you guys might know. I think he's called Cashby on YouTube. He has one of the fastest all-wheel drive G70s. He just needs to get to a good track day, and I think he's gonna surprise a lot of you guys. So shout out to him. He was the one that kind of pushed me towards CPI and showed me that there was other options other than methanol. So I've already gone over kind of why I chose CPI over methanol, but the biggest reason was really convenience, not having a methanol tank in my trunk, and it's just a much cleaner install. And from what I had seen, it makes similar power and offers similar benefits. So I thought it was the right decision for me. You guys obviously have to make that decision yourself, but I know that we've been able to convert a couple of G70 and Stinger owners to CPI since then. So you love to see it. Again, that's kind of why I'm here, why I'm doing this channel. So one of the biggest reasons why I decided to go with LAP3 stage 2.5 tune was the way that it holds boost throughout the power band. So, this car now can do with 20 pounds what my car before had to do 22 to 23 pounds of boost to get to. So for me, from like a longevity perspective, a reliability perspective, I think that's key. I think 20 pounds of boost for this car is really just enough. You'll see from the videos that I'm going to post, I took some shots last night of me doing some launches, and you'll see how they go. I'm already making too much power for this rear-wheel drive track street setup, and it's pretty clear that I'm going to have to invest in some serious drag tires to be able to get better times on the track. So that's the biggest thing that I would say that I've noticed right away. The usability of the power band now is amazing. I mean, this car just absolutely pulls all the way through the power band. It doesn't stop. It just feels like a freight train constantly. And I think from a drivability perspective, when you have that torque just there and ready to use whenever you want it, I think that's really key to having an enjoyable, quick car. And you notice I didn't call it fast because, you know, until this becomes a 10-second car, I'm not going to consider it fast. In the drag world, you know, the 3.3, it would still be considered a slower car. But for the platform that we're in, I mean, it performs, I think, past its expectation and past its price. So that's the first thing I'm going to say. I would say second that the way that the car shifts through the gears, I don't have their TCU, that's in the plans, but the way that the car downshifts and shifts through the gears just with the ECU is much smoother, which is strange because it felt like when I would hang in a gear with the stock ECU and I would accelerate, it felt like very jerky. And for whatever reason, with the LAP3 tune, it feels way smoother. So again, when you're talking about like drivability, you don't expect that when you're adding this much power that you're going to get those kind of like comfort features that you would get, but you really do. So anyway, I think those are the two biggest points for me. What I'm going to do now is just do a little pool for you guys. Again, I'm going to post a bunch of videos after this, so keep watching this video. You're going to see pulls from me and you're going to get an idea of how this pulls, but here's one right now for you from second gear, about 25 miles per hour. So there you have it, boys and girls. I mean, I shifted out a second early there. Like I said, I think I'm still kind of having some traction issues with the torque that it's putting down. But the power is just so smooth. It's enjoyable. I mean, even in fourth gear, this car just moves. And it just doesn't want to stop. I mean, it's just a freight train. I don't know how else to describe it. So that's my little update. Again, thank you guys for those that have been following me and engaging. I hope you guys keep it up. I enjoy your comments. For those of you that have personally messaged me, you probably know if there's anything that I can do to help you, whether it's getting a discount from one of the vendors that I've worked with, or you know, just helping you figure out a certain issue you're having, I'm gonna do it. I'm not like the end all be all. I'm not a mechanic, but if I know a guy that knows a guy that can help you, I'll definitely point you in the right direction. So let's keep that engagement up. And yeah, so stay tuned right now for some videos of me launching, and you're gonna see a little sneaky burnout to about 50 miles per hour in there. Thanks guys, talk to you soon.
I may be a loner, but y'all hang out with people that talk shit about y'all.